So I don't know how many of you are in this current position, but I hope this video can help because I have a lot of things that I'm going to say that's going to, I know for a fact, help. And it's going to help you make sense of why things happen the way they happen. And I've been there myself. In this life, guys, you can go from heaven at all, man. You can go from heaven at all. You can have all the friends around you. You can be cool with so many different family members. And like, you just have a lot of good things going on around you, right? You could have the women around you. You can have a good girlfriend at the time. Like, you can be on point in almost every aspect of life. You can go from having it all, man, to losing it all. To being alone, lost, empty, broken, busted, disgusted. And the list goes on. You can literally have it all and lose it all. I'm going to talk to you guys how a downward spiral happens. Because it's real, bro. Upward spirals in life, leveling up, is a thing. It happens. But so does in these downward spirals. You can go from having all those things to nothing from losing one single person. You could have good friends in your life, good family in your life, good social life, good all this stuff. You could also have a girlfriend. You could lose your girlfriend and lose all these other things that you have in your life because of one person. You could be a dude that has a woman and you guys started a family. You guys have 2 or 3 kids now. You have many friends around. You get friends over. Your girl gets friends over. You guys kind of have these gatherings and you guys have drinks together at your house and a whole bunch of fun activities, right? Your girlfriend could pass away and you could lose all this stuff that's going on because one person has either left or passed away or whatever. That's how fast life can change. That is how quickly things can go from being so good to you don't even know what just happened. You don't know why you're so alone now. You don't know why you're so lonely now. You don't know why you're so isolated right now. You can have it all, bro. You can have it all and then have absolutely nothing. Because one person broke you. Either through their actions or they passed away, or a lot of things can break an individual, bro. A lot of things can break an individual. There's people that I know that have never been the same for over 20 years because they lost somebody in their life that they loved. And this is someone I know very close, probably a person that I've known my whole life longer than anybody else. So, yeah, never the same again, bro. Never the same again. You even get told by people that this person has never been the same since XYZ has happened. And it's like, damn, like, bro, one person, one situation, one thing can change so many things. So for those of you guys wondering why you lost all your friends, it could be any of these things that could happen. And it's happened to me in the past. And you, as fast as you can lose so many things, you can gain it all back. And it's probably going to be different friends. It's probably going to be different things. But what gets lost gets lost. And it's meant to happen for whatever reason. But you can also gain back a bunch more friends and actually be where you're supposed to be. If I look back in life and think for a second that I should have kept the friends I was hanging around with whenever I was in high school and beyond, and this doesn't make them bad people, it's just, there's not a chance. It's because of who they've become, and it's because of who I've become. We get along in school, we get along a little bit after high school and stuff like this, but then it's just like you just start to veer off and it's like you're just completely different people. And there's also something that has happened to me that has caused me to kind of veer off from these friends a lot quicker, and it was because of a breakup. I went through a breakup many years ago, and it hit like I don't know what. I have never experienced a loss like that in my entire life. Never really dealt with a death in my life. To this day, bro, I don't know if anyone has really passed away that I was like super close with. I don't know if there's one person, bro. Like when I was 2, my father passed away, but I was 2 years old. I have no memory of it. And it's tragic, but I have no memory of it. That's what I mean. I don't know if I've been like older, mature, even at 5 years old and beyond. I don't think there's a single person yet that has passed away that I was like this with. And I can't imagine what that will be like. But I have an idea, because when you genuinely love somebody, bro, whether it be a friend, whether it be a girlfriend, whether it be anything, and you lose the person, it's earth-shattering. It does something to you. It puts a hole through you, bro. It does something to you. It's just, nothing's the same for a long time. And for some people, they're never the same. But when I look back, yeah, that was the first time I felt a serious loss in my life. And that's between the ages of 16 and 20. And it's obviously unforgettable. You're very young at the time. Something like that happens. It was so hard, I couldn't even be around my friends anymore. Like, I just couldn't, bro. I was just choked up all the time. Couldn't be around my friends. I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't just be around them anymore and be in the mood to laugh and joke around like we would, because all that was in my head is the loss that I had taken. And it's like, all I could do was grieve that loss and then hit the gym. That's all I could do. You got to grieve the loss, and then what else are you going to do? Just sit there? I had to take all that energy and channel it somewhere. I took it to the gym. And that is obviously what has helped me for many years after that to come. And in the process of all this, that changed me. That caused me to lose everything else in my life. Even with family at the time, bro, things were shaky with family. I pretty much lost all my friends. And it's not like they discarded me or I discarded them. It's just like I just kind of veered off. Like, we were still cool. I'm still cool with some of those people to this day. I don't really hang with them. I don't talk to them much, but we're still cool. But it's something like that, bro, that can make you lose all your friends. So I'm just putting into perspective in this video probably why you lost all your friends. Downward spirals are real, bro, but they're meant to happen. We're not meant to keep everything around us for the rest of our life. Most guys I know, even in high school, not even that I went with, even younger than me, they're not really friends anymore. They're not like close like they were. They were at that time, but they're completely different people now. Because people take different routes in life, and what I've come to learn is, and not just right now, but with time, I have learned that you're going to be friends with people who was doing the exact same things that you're doing. So let's say you go to the gym all the time. You're probably going to make friends with other guys that are going to the gym probably quite often like yourself. Because now you guys relate to each other. You guys do the same stuff, same activities. You probably have many other hobbies and interests that are similar or the same. And it's going to be the same thing with the women that you date. It's like, it's going to come down to your personality. It's going to come down to like the things you do in life. Because some women don't like super masculine dudes who go to the gym. It's like, oh no, that's not really my type. They like more of a softer guy who's just, he might look good, but he's well dressed and stuff, but he's not like muscular. There's lots of dudes who don't go to the gym. And some women like muscular dudes, they don't like those other guys. So like everyone has a type. But with who you become and who you are is who you're going to kind of align with. Like I definitely, for example, need a woman who goes to the gym. Or at least is fit. If you played a sport and like kind of competitively, yeah, that does it too. Like you have to be in shape because I'm in shape. If I'm in shape and you're lazy and you don't even exercise at all, you don't play a sport, you don't work out, maybe if you just work, that's not really enough. That's not really exercise. So my mind is going to be at a different place than a woman who is not physically fit like at all, who doesn't play a sport, who doesn't go to the gym, who doesn't do any of those things. Because the way I move, bro, my mind operates at a completely different speed. You just open your mind, bro. I don't know, like not everyone knows this. When you exercise, bro, your mind gets faster, it gets sharper, and all this kind of stuff. And if you ever are with people, because I've dated girls who never went to the gym, their minds are so much slower, bro. They're like slow people. Like I'm way too fast, way too full of life, way too energetic to be able to be with a woman who doesn't like get after it at all. Like you're probably gonna have to go to the gym. You're probably gonna have to play a sport or something like that at least. Otherwise, we're gonna be on different levels, and yeah, it's probably not gonna be compatible. But yeah. My whole point here is, guys, is that when it comes to friends or anybody, even family relationships or anything, we're always going to get around where we align our own selves. So if we're aligned in a certain area of life, we're going to come across new people who's kind of on that same wavelength. I was on a very different wavelength in life, and it caused me to kind of be alone for a lot of years in the past. Until slowly you come up and you hit a whole different level, you hit your stride, you figure yourself out, you gather some self-identity about yourself, and you start to align with different people that you never have before. It's just different. And it's because you have become different because of the actions you've taken in life. Let's say, for example, whenever I was in high school, right? I'd take a bus just like everybody else, or at least in junior high, because in high school I was like driving to school, I think in grade 11. But let's say everyone goes to school in the bus, right? Everyone goes to the same school, everyone has similar classes, similar teachers, you're around the same people in school. You're going to have far more in common with everybody else because everyone else is in the same environment doing the exact same things, bro. Even everyone has to participate in gym class. Even if you don't want to, everyone has to participate in gym. So you do all the same stuff. You're all going to get along. You're all going to be friends. And that's kind of what it was like. So you have certain friends in school because you're kind of forced to have the friends that you're around, who at least you like to some degree. We would all party after school on the weekends and stuff like this, and we're all doing the same stuff. We're all drinking the same alcohol. We're all wanting to get with these women and go to parties with these women and do all this kind of stuff. So that's who you align with. But then let's say school ends, they want to be a welder. This guy wants to be a lawyer. This guy wants to be a doctor. This guy wants to be a successful entrepreneur. This guy wants to be a pro athlete. And the list goes on. And you're going to become very different people because you're walking down different paths. And that's okay. A lot of you guys that are watching this video, maybe not a lot of you, but at least some of you, if not a lot of you, are lost. I know what it's like to feel lost. Because I didn't figure out life right away. It takes time. I'm 29 now, turning 30 in a couple months, which is insane. But I spent majority of my 20s figuring myself out, figuring out my self-identity and stuff like this. And I feel I did it fairly quick because of how much work I did and how much I put in to my own life. And it was not easy. So if I'm so different than everybody else, how am I going to fit in with this guy or this guy or this guy or even date this girl over here? Like, how am I going to do it? You become so different trying to figure things out that you kind of are stumped for a while. It's lonely for a while. It's isolating for a while. Not much makes sense. You can't even make full sense of your own self. But as you keep going, you kind of get over the hump. You figure yourself out. You figure out life. You kind of figure out, yeah, I kind of blend in with these people now. And man, like I just met a new friend. Like, yeah, really. And things just start to happen with new people. With a new chick, you're in a new relationship. This happens, that happens. And bro, things just take off. So if you guys, for example, are very isolated in life right now, no friends, or at least not many, or whatever's going on, you're not cool with many people, it's kind of just yourself. This means you have more figuring out to do. You might be right there, but you might have to give yourself more time to just keep going straight, keep going down your path. And eventually God is going to put the right people in your path. And yes, it's your path. God is going to put those people in your path. Because you align now with these new people that you never even expected to be friends with. Or you didn't expect to start to date this girl. Or whatever happens. This is how life works. Nothing is forever. Nothing. Nothing is forever. Nothing. Your dog isn't forever. Your friend isn't forever. Your girlfriend isn't forever. Your parents ain't forever. You ain't forever. I ain't forever. We gonna die one day, boy. So that's life. This is why you lose friends. It's pretty simple. But this video is mainly for you guys who are more lost right now and you kind of need answers. You want answers. You can't understand why you don't have friends. You can't understand why this is happening. You have more figuring out to do. You probably have some delusions of your own self in your own head right now. Maybe not of your own self, but delusions of something or the world or people or something. And you just have to figure it out. That's what you have to do. You have to figure it out. You have to gather a sense of self-identity about yourself. Because what you do with your life is a huge indicator of what's going to give you your self-identity. huge, bro. Huge. If you're passionate and you love fitness, you love to go to the gym, you love to do that stuff, and you get super fit, bro, you're going to get around other dudes who are super fit, who love the gym. It's that simple. And there could be many other things you like or you're interested in, but that's just an easy example. So if you guys want more friends, if you guys want things like that, figure out who you are first, figure out what you like, and go very far down that path. And eventually God's going to put the right people in your life, and it's going to happen. So if you have nobody in your life, things are probably very shaky. Things are probably, you don't know what's going on. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you go. You don't know where to turn. You're consistent for a second here, and then things stop, and you're consistent there for a second, and things stop. You have to get lost almost, bro, down a path. And that's how you actually gain self-identity, is by becoming obsessed with the things that you're doing in life, and you never quit. That's what gives you self-identity, is mastering certain things in life, and it becomes a part of who you are and a part of your self-identity. You do it so much, it kind of builds you into that. A science teacher becomes a science teacher because a science teacher studies science. It becomes a huge part of their forte. It becomes a huge part of their self-identity because they have studied that. And now it's a huge part of who they are, and it's like, oh, this guy's known as a science teacher. That's because they studied science. It's that simple. If you're lost, it's because you're confused. A long time ago, bro, not that long ago, like, I'm 29, turning 30, so let's say 5, 6, 7 years ago, at least 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was lost. And I was working my ass off, bro, but you don't just start working hard in the gym and it's like, oh, I have all this self-identity. It takes time to just keep going and going and going. Become a man, figure things out. You don't figure things out when you're a young kid in your early 20s like I was. I wanted to figure things out. I wanted to become the best man I could be. I wanted all those things. And I busted my ass. And that's why I have the knowledge of a 40, 50, 60-year-old today, because of how hard I busted my ass in my 20s, and I'm still in my 20s. You get a high sense of self-identity. So I hope this video could help. Like I said, if you struggle, if things are shaking your life, it's because you're not fully getting it yet, bro. And that's okay. Hopefully one day it comes. But it's on you for that day to come. You have to be hungry in life. You can't just start a whole bunch of things and just quit. You have to go and get lost down certain paths, bro, and figure out what it is that makes you who you are. That's what self-identity is. That's what it is. If I stopped doing what I was doing, if I stopped the gym, if I stopped coaching, if I stopped YouTube, if I stopped everything I was doing and started doing whole other things, I would slowly start to become a different human being, and my self-identity would shift. My friends would change. Things would change. If I started doing blow every week and every month and every year, I'm going to get in the mix with some guys that are on blow because that's what I'm doing. You're going to get in the groove with all these kinds of bad people because you're doing bad things. That's what self-identity is. You become what you do. So make sure what you're doing, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but make sure what you're doing is something great. So you can become great. So your self-identity is labeled great. You're a great. You're a great in this world because of what you put in. And I know we kind of got off topic, but this whole topic revolves around the same stuff, bro. Why you lose friends, why you lose family, why you lost a chick, all this kind of stuff. Things have to happen so other things can happen. And everything that happens in life kind of pushes you in the right directions, even if you don't think it does. It's up to you to never quit, and it's up for you to figure things out. The only way you don't figure things out is if you quit and you get stagnant. So do not do that. Keep your foot on the gas and kick ass in life. And for the last time, like I said, if you're more stagnant right now, you're kind of lost, not many people around, not many friends, you have work to do, my friend. This is on yourself. And you shouldn't worry about those things outside of yourself. You should be more concerned about your damn self than anything else. Because that is what's going to bring everything else around you. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. If you guys are new here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and come follow me on Instagram. The exact same username is here on YouTube. With that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.